Hey, what's up, guys? Tonka here, and I wanted to get into another rant video pretty quick because I wanted to cover something that's kind of a hot topic right now, and that's the World of Warcraft private server Nostalrius. For those of you guys that don't really know anything about Nostalrius, I'll put some links in the description for you to check it out. Basically, what it is a World of Warcraft private server for vanilla that was set up by a group, and it had a lot of people playing on it. And as of recent, World of Warcraft and Nostalrius. Well, Nostalrius announced that Blizzard sent them, or said that they were going to sue them. So I guess they probably gave them a cease and desist because, well, Nostalrius is using their IP. But what it did is it made it so that this private vanilla server, which people have been asking for a vanilla server for a long time, they shut it down. And people don't really know why, and it's really upset the community around World of Warcraft, the ex-players, all that kind of stuff. So I want to talk about this, but I don't want to talk about the differences between vanilla WoW and current WoW. There's already a ton of really good videos out there from current players and good names in the community that have broken that down. I want to talk about the community aspect of what's going on between Blizzard and private servers, or Blizzard and Nostalrius specifically. So I want to get into that, and I'm going to focus on the community aspect. Since that's my experience in the games industry anyways, is in community, I feel like that's where my voice could be best heard. So let's start where Blizzard is screwing up. This is a big deal, okay? They're definitely screwing up here. They have lightning in a bottle. From what I understand, the people who did Nostalrius were not charging any money for it. I don't know how they actually made money to be able to like pay for servers and stuff like that, but they didn't make any money off of this. They weren't charging anything for it, so Blizzard wasn't really losing money. What was happening, though, is that they were using Blizzard's IP. Now, I want to be very specific and say that Blizzard has every right to defend their IP. So let's look at some of the numbers here. According to Nostalrius, there was 800,000 accounts created for this vanilla private server. They had over 2 million visits each month, and they had 150,000 active accounts. That's pretty good. There's a lot of game companies that would not they would not look at these numbers and be like, you know what, yeah, we don't need a vanilla server. They would look at these numbers and be like, dude, we are leaving money on the table. And that's just really surprising to me. And I don't understand why Blizzard has decided that they just don't want to do a vanilla server, or even a progression server. I'll talk about that at the end of the video a little bit on what I would recommend that Blizzard would do. But how can you not listen to your community? If your community asks for something like a vanilla private server, and you say,
and by the way, you don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't.
What kind of answer is that? That's a terrible answer for your community. That's one of the worst answers you can give your community, is you think you want something, but you don't. Explain it. Talk to them like people. That's a child's answer. That is an answer to a child. Where a child says, Daddy, I want ice cream. And you say, you know what? You think you want ice cream, but it's going to give you a stomach ache because you don't know any better. That's the answer. That's what they're telling people. You don't know any better. You don't know what you want. I'm going to tell you what you want. You listen to me. You listen to Daddy Blizzard. I'm going to tell you what you want, and you keep your mouth shut. Are you kidding me? That's a really, really bad answer. So your community looks at that and goes, you know what? Blizzard gave us the finger. They don't want to give us a vanilla server, so we're going to do one ourselves. And all of the excuses that Blizzard came up with, or all the excuses that people that defend Blizzard, that they don't have the original source code or whatever, all of those excuses are completely thrown out because there are vanilla private servers. And Nostalrius was big. If you look at some of the videos, they had decent enough servers that there wasn't a whole crap load of lag. You can watch some of the PvP videos and the boss killing videos and all that kind of stuff, where you'll see that there really wasn't any major lag. So a group of volunteers that did it for free had 150,000 active accounts and 800,000 accounts created. They didn't have any publicity or anything like that, with the exception of word of mouth. So now there's a petition. I don't know if this is going to do anything, but apparently Mark Kern, who used to work for Blizzard and also was very famous for not doing all too well at Red 5 Studios for Firefall. But anyways, Mark Kern, ex-Blizzard employee, said that he was going to take the petition and print it out. Let's see what he said. Print out the petition, write an open letter to Mike Morheim and share it with the community. Shoot a video of the open letter and upload it to Soda Poppin's channel. Email the whole thing to Mike on Friday and make the letter video public, and then follow up on Monday with a call to Mike on his cell phone and office. Is this even going to work? I mean, there's 200,000 signatures on the petition, and I'll put the petition in the links too, because I definitely signed it, because I would love to see a vanilla server. I would love to see one, and the answer that Blizzard has given people up to this point is terrible. It's really bad. They can make it work. Blizzard has some of the most intelligent people in the entire industry working there. And that's not just me jerking off Blizzard, okay? Blizzard has some of the most talented people working there. They've made things happen from a business perspective, from a games perspective. They've done a lot of really interesting, cool things. And they've got, whether or not you like the games that they do, they make successful games. StarCraft 2, some people wouldn't consider that a success, but they still sold millions of copies. Millions of them. Diablo 3, there's some complaints there too, but again, millions of copies sold. World of Warcraft is like one of the longest running MMORPGs in history. There are definitely other MMORPGs that have lasted longer, but at the success level of WoW, I don't think so. Then they have Overwatch, which is huge. It's getting big. I don't like it, but whatever. People really like it. And then there's Hearthstone, which is just a phenomenon. Blizzard knows how to make good games. They know how to make money. And I feel like they used to be really good about community management. I mean, BlizzCon is such a cool idea. You can go and you can meet the people that make your game face to face. It sells out every year. There's still people that love Blizzard, but that industry love for Blizzard is really going away. People are looking at these kind of decisions that Blizzard's doing and they're saying, well, they just don't care about us anymore. They care about the money. They care about the money, and then they blame Activision, or they blame World of Warcraft's long-term success, or they blame an ex-employee. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but I feel like they need to give a better answer than this. I would totally accept an answer from Blizzard if they said something along the lines of, we don't think it's financially feasible because of this reason. And I can kind of see why they would want to shut down private servers. I mean, obviously it's their game, so they can do whatever they want, and there's no real defense to the private servers. Like, you got to shut it down. It's Blizzard's product. But what is the worst thing about this entire situation is the fact that Blizzard refuses to give the people what they want. The people then say, well, okay, well, then we're gonna get what we want. We're gonna try and make this vanilla server, and they have volunteers do it. They don't even charge money, and then Blizzard still shuts them down. These people volunteered. They would help you. Yes, it's nostalgia, okay? That's fine. People are nostalgic about games. That's okay. People are nostalgic about all kinds of things. Could you imagine if you were nostalgic about your favorite CD from the 90s and the only option you had was to listen to their new stuff? That's the way that I look at this. It's like, well, you know what? I used to really, really like the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I don't like their two newest CDs. But that's all I am allowed to listen to because the Red Hot Chili Peppers have removed the other one entirely. They've removed that CD entirely, and I can't go back and listen to it. People have nostalgia. Let them have nostalgia. Let them experience it. You can make money off of people's nostalgia. You can keep the current game going. You don't have to kill the current game. Maybe that's what they're afraid of. If they do a vanilla server, people won't play the regular one. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why not make a vanilla server? You can even do a temporary vanilla server. You can even charge an extra fee on top of your subscription. And if the source code is really a problem, why don't you talk with people like Nostalrius? Or why don't you let the community know, look, the source code is not there, but there's so much interest in this that we've got a small team working on trying to put together a vanilla version of the game. You could even do it temporary. That's another option. You could say, we're going to launch a vanilla server, and the vanilla server is going to launch the content patches as if it was a vanilla launch. And then once Nax is out for, I don't know, 3 months, 4 months, we're shutting the server down. We're doing 18 months, and the server's being shut down. And then you can reevaluate later on if people are still playing the game. If you really think that people don't want to play vanilla, You could just set a time limit on it. You can even just say, you know what, we're going to launch a vanilla server and it's going to be 12 months long. And that's it. And people will go, well, that's not long enough. And then you can say, well, we'll reevaluate as we get closer to that time period. That way you can still get what you want. You get money. If you really think people aren't going to play it and it's just a waste of time, just do it temporary. Have the whole idea be temporary. Let the community know it's temporary. It'll even build up more hype. It'll build up more hype because people will think, I got to do it now. This is my chance to relive the 2004, 2005 experience of World of Warcraft. I'd do it. I'd do it. Even if it required a regular World of Warcraft expansion and subscription. Like, you had to have Legion and you had to have an active World of Warcraft subscription. I'd still pay it. I'd still pay an additional fee. I don't know how much more I'd pay. If it was like $20 a month, I probably wouldn't do that. But a lot of people would probably pay it. Blizzard, you've got lightning in a bottle. I don't know why you're not cashing out on it. And I don't know why you're telling people they don't want it. Obviously they do. I think you should listen. I think it's time to listen. Blizzard, come on. Let's do it. Vanilla server, progression server, let's go. I believe in you guys. I still love you, Blizzard. I think a lot of people do. People want to love you, Blizzard. Show us that you still care. At least answer. At least answer it.